Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you for being here. I always love it so much. I love coming and doing my readings and my Love Sun Sign series that I started. And well, basically today is July 27th, 2020. And so what I'm doing now is I have gone around the astrology wheel twice. First at the beginning of July, picking random connections for the love connections. And then now we're at the end of the month. Hard to believe, we're approaching August in 5 days. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be picking, I'll do it right now. I'm going to roll the dice and, okay, I just did that. I have to do it again. I just did that yesterday and I'll explain. What I'm doing is I'm Sagittarius, perfect. I am doing the two sun signs that are the same because that only has happened once in all the combinations that I've done thus far. And it was with Cancer and Cancer, I think. I think it was in June. So now with the remainder days of the month, I'm going to do only the same sun sign series with the two sun signs because there's so many combinations like that. I myself was married to the same sun sign as... Boy, that's hard to say. Let me try it again. I was married to the same sun sign as myself. And so I'd like to describe a little bit about that sun sign. And then I'm going to read the actual astrology and tarot and oracles and divinations and the messages that come through for me for the two of you as a couple. Now, the thing of it is that I can just say right off the bat, which I think a lot of you watching this understand because you're the same sun sign, which is Sagittarius, one of my favorite sun signs ever. I've noticed it's hard to say though. You both have a lot in common, okay? And that's what's going to make you gravitate towards each other right away, even if it's subliminally. And then you get to talking, right? And reminding you that this is just the sun sign series for now. And that's your personality. That is your radiance, if you will. You know, that's the month you're born. The sun provides us super energy, drive, determination to do things. It's about our ego, once again, our personalities. How people see us a lot of times, you know, how we want to dress and the things we like to do, the jobs we like to at least attempt to do. And so it is a 12th of who we are, but it's really important. So this is the two sun signs together. And there's a lot of other things you are in your chart. So we'll keep it simple by saying that. But yes, this is an important part nonetheless. And so the two same sun signs of any sign around the astrology, they're going to have similarities because they're born at the same time of the year. They're both fire signs, which is what Sagittarius is. Sagittarians are born under this planet and ruled by the planet of Jupiter, which is one of the most lucky planets. Every single 12 years, you will have Jupiter in your specific sign, and that year is going to be one of the most miraculous, opportunity-filled, magical-filled, you know, lucky, expansive in a lot of ways, as long as you allow that and you recognize that. It's just a year that you generally will never forget because that year then promotes what happens the remainder 12 years till it comes into your sign again. Well, Sagittarius had Jupiter in their sign last year and it's been in Capricorn, and boy, that energy certainly changed everything, right? From the fiery, optimistic, fun, adventurous, you know, future seeking, let's try this, let's do that, let me travel, let me think about how I can be highly educated and learn other languages and understand other people more and be truth seeking and rebellious and, you know, non-conformative and freedom. That independence is key for Sagittarians, right? So going from that to the earth, which is very, very practical and grounded and kind of regimented and, you know, very much regular and kind of systematic and just completely different than the energy of the Sagittarius. So I think it's been a little bit of an eye-opener for a lot of us this year, and for many reasons I don't really need to explain. We're still experiencing. But the Sagittarians, when they meet each other, with those qualities I've explained right off the bat, they get it. They're not going to try to tie each other down. You know, they're not going to, I don't know, just try to constrict themselves, because they understand innately and they appreciate the ability to have a great relationship. Oh my gosh, one of the most fun in the entire zodiac. Because that's what I think of with Sagittarians, besides their elevation that they bring to other people and their incredible, like I said, knowledge, and they're amazing teachers or speakers. They like to be in the public eye. They like to be heard. They like to, you know, make a difference in life for people in a positive way. A lot of lawyers, a lot of judges, you know, they want truth. Very straightforward. And they can be that way with each other, and they respect each other for that. And they absolutely love traveling, and they love traveling together. And I just see them as just, you know, if they want family, fantastic. If they don't, they both get it. And I think if anything, it would just make it be making sure that the two of you do pencil yourselves in for those special, you know, romantic dating nights that are not necessarily a trait of a Sagittarian to be romantic. But once again, it's understood. There's too much fun to even really consider that. And yet this particular relationship, with those boundaries, you know, open and not feeling that conformity, which will just really make a Sagittarius say adios amigos. You know, they got higher things to think about. They've got that arrow focused on their destiny and their determination, and they usually reach all the goals they want. That's that beautiful kind of lucky personality and life in a lot of ways. Yes, they have challenges. I'm sure this time has been extremely challenging because there's been a lot of less social aspect, and they love being social. But together the two of them can make this work, and you have made it work. And I think it's one of the most fun, beautiful combinations, and I'm talking friendships as well as that type of, you know, one-on-one marriages. It's all different levels and types of love, because love is all-encompassing. Love is what's going to move mountains in our lifetimes, and it's what's going to make things work. It really does. If a Sagittarian accepts each other, that's it, you know, and it's beautiful. It's a wonderful time. So, and I've known a lot of Sagittarius relationships, because they get it, you know, and yeah, the only thing too is they have that fiery temperament sometimes. They have to be patient with each other, and, you know, and just kind of love heals all that sort of thing. So I'm not here to preach. I'm just letting you know this is a beautiful, beautiful, light and fiery and fun, but also, you know, I mean, I admire a lot of the attributes that the Sagittarians can bring to our lives as a whole, as a global, you know, a lot of philanthropic type of things. I hope that's how you say the word philanthropic. Well, my speech is really amazingly affected today, but that's okay. That's part of this life. That is part of doing this this channel. It's just me being me, right? So that's what I have to say about the two of you. And right now we're in Leo season. It started on the 22nd. So this is a very complementary energy for you, because it's your other fire sign, right? There's 3 fire signs in the astrology. So you're feeling good. You're feeling that energy coming back. I think a lot of us were really tired, even though we may not have done as much during this time. A lot of us are doing double the amount of time, working from home, dealing with family, whatever it is. So that energy is coming back, and it's beautiful. And then we had the major 3 eclipses. That the first one was in your sign, Sagittarius. I mean, that was the full moon on June 5th, and it's still being felt, and the story is still unraveling. Sometimes it takes a month from the eclipses to tell the story. Sometimes it happens that moment. You know, it'll last for another 6 months. So I'm not sure how that affected you, but I see anything having to do with Sagittarius as being truth-seeking, and it's something that's going to be for the betterment of everybody, and I truly believe that. So you might have felt that as well. We went through a very, very emotional Cancer season with a retrograde and a ton of planets in retrograde. They're all moving forward. Mars is in Aries. That's its ruling planet. And it's also very much complementary to you as a Sagittarius, also a fire sign. So you got a lot of positive energy coming through, and I know you have to be feeling it. You have to be feeling that movement. And if you're not, let me know. I'd be very surprised. But yeah, and it can be a slower starting because it's, you know, it's been a long time since the norm has been what it's been, and it's still going to take some time. But if anybody can get through it, you too can. And I just want to say congratulations with that. So let's talk about your actual reading for today. And then, like I said, moving forward, this is a timeless reading. And right off the bat, what do we have for your foundation leading to this point? The Knight of Wands. There you go. There's your energy. Passion, movement, forward movement, fiery kind of, you know, let's make it happen. Let's get it done. There's that energy that's always in Sagittarians. They actually need to be doing some form of exercise to really keep themselves feeling at their best. It could be anything, you know, but it's something I've always noticed about Sagittarians is there's that nervous energy. They have to get that out somehow. And the best thing you can do is to take on some kind of form of extracurricular activity of sorts. And then I want to also say that, see, the thought completely escaped my mind. I'm so sorry. But no, it's important. It's important to do that, especially if you've been idle. But it'll come back to me, no doubt. The Knight, though, is about messages, and it's about something having to do with your work, with your environment, something about movement. It could be moving, literally. It could be just something actually transforming into physical form. Because whenever fire is involved, it's all about movement. It's all about taking action. The Sagittarians are mutable, so they're very, very capable of adapting. And if you do have to move or things have changed, you're changing jobs, which a lot of people are, you're perfectly okay with that. It doesn't take you long to get right back in step, which I feel is a possibility with a lot of you that's been happening. It's positive stuff, you know. This is very, very positive, let's get it moving now type of energy. With all the retrogrades finally moving forward, that is absolutely what I'm seeing with a lot of the readings. So I like that a lot for you. I'm using the Cat Tarot by Megan Cott. It's one of my favorites. I thought since we're in Leo season now, might as well. And so let me pull up the 4 major categories that I'll be reading for you about. And I love these cards. And I'll talk to you as we go along. And then I'm also going to pull, like I said, the major messages that I find to be so uplifting and give a lot of clarity to some questions we've had. Strictly there to bring us love and help guide us. And then, and read those to you, of course. I'll explain them as I go along. I'm just going to shuffle now. I've already shuffled them before, but just a little bit more for that pure energy just for the two of you. Yeah, there's been a lot. There's been a lot that's gone on, and I know that people are still waiting for answers, and I hope that's coming up in your reading about specific things like finances and such. But absolutely feeling and noticing the change. Listen, I am not a Sagittarius, but I have been waiting for a thermometer because I'm a massage therapist, and I'm still not working, and it's almost 5 months, and who would have thought, right? But I have a practice, and I'm waiting, and I ordered a thermometer so that I could take people's temperatures. There's just certain things we're going to do when we go back. We have to be very careful, right? Because it matters a great deal to me. And I finally got the thermometer today. I ordered it the latter part of March. It just came. That's what I'm speaking about, you know? I mean, after a while, I was thinking, you know what? I'll get another one. I cannot focus on that. Eventually, it'll be here, and that's what it will happen. Changes that are coming are absolutely happening. It's just not in our timing so much. So you hang in there, because I know you trust and you believe, and think the happiest thoughts you can. And let me go on with the reading for you. The overall reading and energy for the month and today, specifically and moving forward for the two of you, it's so cute, is the 8 of Cups. It's interesting. First of all, let me show you the picture because I think these are so adorable. But you've got 8 cups. 8 cups in the sink. And the cat's playing with the water, of course. And you notice they're in the sink that's not where the cat is. Because right now, the cups always represent our emotions. You know, they're the water elements. We just, like I said, went through powerful energies of Cancer season, Cancer retrograde, and the second eclipse was the new moon in Cancer. This is about our heart. This is about our deepest emotions. Cancers are all about the people that they love, their family. They're all about family. This was brought to the attention of the world. You know, what's happening? How can I reach out to people I'm not seeing? And of course, with this beautiful technology, we've been able to do that this time around. There's been other pandemics in life, right? And historically, and that wasn't available. So these are the things that you have to accept and think, this makes it that much easier. Thank God. So I know you've been appreciating that. So the sadnesses of the things that weren't being done in the last few months and all that, you're putting that behind you. It's time to let that go. And it was perfectly okay to feel it and to cry and to just, you know, cleanse your bodies, hold each other, and just whatever you need to do to release that. It was imperative, but it was also showing how deeply feeling you really are, because fire signs they're passionate and they're, you know, but then when it really comes to their heart, it's such a beautiful healing type of thing that happens for everybody. You know, it's been a very transformational time for a lot of people, with time when you've had it to really focus on what's happening and how we're all experiencing it. It's been a revolution. It's amazing, and it's, you know, things are coming from it that we're not seeing yet that are going to change life for the better. Honestly, as I sit here, I believe that, and it's not easy to believe it. But that's what's going on. You've had a lot of emotional things happening for that fiery part of you. And maybe conversations were you know, strained with the retrograde and Mercury retrograde. It happens all the time. Or you couldn't get through on Zoom because the technology definitely was acting up. Very common too. That's moved forward now. So all those things are changing and you're feeling more positive, even though you are positive. Everybody has the times when we're questioning, you know, and you're back on it. So the next category, which is so cute to look at, it is the well, I'm sorry, the Three of Swords, I believe. Yeah. That's possible blessings or obstacles is the actual category. And this is about, once again, it's very much in relation to your emotions. Something really kind of hurt you. Something you felt a loss, a good loss. And you also were thinking a lot. You know, it's not uncommon for Sagittarians, even though you're not an air sign, which is what this represents. The swords represent the air signs. All about the mind, our thoughts, you know, trying to think through everything, try to sort through, strategize, figure it out, not on the emotional area. No, that's, in fact, it's harder sometimes, I think, for the air quality signs or air element signs to really be that emotional. They detach themselves because they're thinking, well, wait a minute, how can I think this through to a better feeling? You know, it's like, it seems a little off. And of course they all have feeling and heart, but they tend to live their lives through the best way they can change things through their thoughts and their words and their, you know, ability to kind of think things through. I don't know what else to say. There was some strain. There was possibly loss. There was somebody in your life that was an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra that affected the two of you. Could be family or friends. I don't know. It's, you know, so many different things. This is a general reading, of course. You were feeling that. That might have been an obstacle that you had to get through, you know. There's been a lot of concerns with, you know, the legal sense of things. And so that has to do with schools or you know, loans and that sort of thing. So you were having difficulty at one point. And you were thinking, wow, I don't even know. This is not logical. It's not making sense at all. And it was affecting your thought process, and you were feeling extremely frustrated, no doubt. But you're out of that. You've got this drive and this determination to look forward now, okay? So if that's happening, it's definitely improving. is improving, and that's something that I think happened. So you stay strong with that, especially in your relationship, because let's face it, we're all under a lot of pressure. So maybe things were said that weren't meant to be said, or it's so many different things. The next category is the category of love, though. And you have the Queen of Swords. So we're right back at the air element. But the Queen of Swords is, well, she's very, very strong. And this is a strong relationship. It has a lot of power and drive and determination. It has truth. And the swords also represent justice, like the Libra, fairness, equilibrium. You want to have that in your relationships. You want the give and take. And it seems like it's been very, very important to the two of you. It's what's making it work and will continue to. It's about being in a relationship and working at it to the very core of it. And this is a strong, like I said, independent, but caring, loving, and thoughtful kind of energy and person and people, and it pertains to your relationship. So I think all of those are a part of who you are as a connection. And we go through things, we go through the ups and downs, and you've come past that. So this is a beautiful, beautiful energy for you. You see the clouds and the birds and the possibilities, and you're just you're talking things through. There's good communication. If that was stifled, that's definitely a part of the past. You're doing well that way. And then you have the Nine of Swords. I can't believe it. You have 3 in swords. So maybe you both have some sort of air quality in your other planets, which could be, it's very much coming through. Or you have these traits, regardless of the fact that your sun sign is in Sagittarius. You could absolutely be dealing with this. This is about finances. You've been dealing with so much struggle. And I, for one, am right there with you, because none of it makes sense. And I'm an air sign, and I love to have the logic and the understanding. And when you're dealing with a dysfunctional system or government or what have you, your hands are tied, right? So this is what you've been going through. And the 9 is the end of the cycle. Those sleepless nights and concerns, which only really burden us, right? And I'm finding that out. It affects your body, it affects everything. You're lifting up from that. You're done. You're done. It's a new cycle. Things are coming through. You've got each other. You're strong. You've gone through your hiccups as well. And you are... you're feeling that positivity again, and we've got that, like I said, energy of the Leo, which is all about the sun, and that's their ruling planet. And it's going to be for a while. So August is really looking beautiful. This is a positive. It's a number 8 month. That is all about manifestation and abundance, and all the things that have held up are definitely moving forward. Mark my words. This is true. And so, yeah, all that 9. The next thing is the 10. That's the new cycle. So let that go the best you can. Get out. Do some traveling, even if it's in the nearby vicinity. You don't like to be confined. So hopefully you're making time for each other to do that. Like I said, you are some of the funnest people in the zodiac. And you know how to have fun and to change that kind of temperament. You don't want to be pinned down to the problems of today. You got things to think about in the future. I think you're more future thinking than anyone else as well. So those are interesting but understandable energies coming through for you. But predominantly, as I'm going to write in the description, it's really about your thoughts and communications right now, and how we want to make them work for us, not against us. So the next category I like to do, though, is, or the next oracle which I read from, is the money and the law of attraction, because it's an energy. And Abraham Hicks, they're incredible mentors and guides, and just they have a plethora of different books and recordings that you can collect that help guide you, make you understand the realities of the mystical parts of life we don't see. And it's all about the energy. So let me read to you what yours specifically said. First of all, it's number 20, and that's a 2, and that's about partnership, working together, being strong as a team. And it says, I can pivot under any and all conditions. If that isn't a saying that a Sagittarius would say, I don't know what it is. You have the ability to pivot under any and all conditions. But most of all, you are habitually in nature. You are habitual in nature, and your patterns are so well entrenched that at times the fastest path to the joy you seek is for you to take your pivot as you sleep. By reaching for good feeling thoughts before you go to sleep, and then experiencing the benefit of the quiet mind that occurs while you sleep, and then upon awakening, immediately turning to the good feeling thoughts, you can accomplish the ultimate pivoting experience. I've never read this card. I've had this deck for over a decade. The pivoting, and it's that click in the mind. It's that co-creation, but, being tapped in, tuned in, turned on, I believe is the main expression that the entities like to express to us. That is beautiful. And then, like I said, it says the shutting off of the mind at night, which you obviously need to do, because even though you're not air quality necessarily or air element, you definitely have that energy with you. And so turning that off and just waking up and just knowing right off the bat, this is how I want to feel. This is the good feeling that's going to bring that to me. That is beautiful. Interesting that it comes along with the, the whole major topic of thoughts and thinking in your reading. And then we go to the Super Attractor Manifestation by Gabriel Bernstein, and this is about manifesting the life you want. What are you thinking once again? What are you feeling? What are you visualizing? And that's what you're going to bring in. And it's really that simple, and it's also a little frightening, because sometimes when you're like, oh, that down talk we do, you're bringing it in, got to be on top of that. It's kind of fun because, you can control that at all times. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. And that is a promise. And I would not be a bit surprised if you already know all about Abraham Hicks and all that. You're not one of the people, I'm going to be honest, you're one of the signs that don't get the most views, although that changed recently. But you get it, you just have this kind of sixth sense about you, because you've got that intelligence, and you understand even the things we don't see are actually occurring, and you are positive, and that's why I love being around you. And last but not least, I have the Healing with the Angels by Doreen Virtue, and guess what you got? You got freedom, because that's what you need, Sagittarians. Alone, together in your connection, you have to have that in order to really thrive in your connections, in your life. So this is what's really showing up, and it's absolutely necessary, and it's about time, yes. You're still going to be safe and cautious and caring and all that, but you are getting that freedom, whether it be financial, in your relationship, in your ability to, move forward with your work, your ideas, your inspirations. It's right on time for you, and I absolutely love it. So yes, you have specifically letting you know that emotions that were maybe really holding you up, like so many, that's passing, because you're feeling that energy coming back. You got that beautiful fiery Leo season for a while. You've had the motivation from the beginning that's not changed. And the communication is improving daily, and the two of you are making that happen. And yeah, the worst thoughts and things are now going to be ended, because you're going to see positive movement forward, and just appreciate your every moment and how you are enough and you do matter. And it's all really, really beautiful when we set our mind to believe that. So I appreciate you being here. If you like this and you did resonate, do me a big favor and push the subscribe, like, share, all the things that YouTube requires in order to make it a living of mine at some point, which may be sooner than I think, because I'm not ready to give up massage, but it looks as though I have to be realistic, and this is something that I've loved doing, and this is for free, obviously, for now. And I've done this for, well, I became interested in astrology at 12, so a lot of years, and I love it, and it's my passion, and I care about you. So please take good care, enjoy, love each other, and until next time, bye for now.